Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks so much for joining me. Well, it's a little dark in the craft room today, so I had to break out artificial lights. I hope that's okay. Today we're going to be creating with a couple of Spellbinders club kits. We actually have the Stencil of the Month club kit. It's called Sprigs and Bows. It's a 5-piece stencil set. And it creates a bow to create like a present front, but you also have a background filled with mistletoe, I would say, the mistletoe veins, and then some berries. So you could layer them all together. That's what we're going to do today. And I guess you do get the negative piece too, which is nice for masking. 5-piece set. We're going to be using this on our card. There's an example of what it looks like. So we'll be creating with this. I'm going to be using some greetings from the Stamp and Die of the Month club kit. And I'm also going to bring back the Die of the Month club kit. I'm only going to use the foliage in here for my card. I want to put some foliage around the center of my present. And I thought we could use the berries. And this leaf actually looked really close to our mistletoe leaf. So I thought we would use this. Okay, first what we're going to do is do a little bit of stenciling, because I'm going to add some of my lunar paste for my bow. And I want it to dry by the time I finish my card. So let's bring in our stencil grip mat. I'm going to add my first stencil. We'll tack this down. But I'm going to bring in some tape. Just some washi tape. Let's see. And just so I know where to place my next stencil, I'm just going to create a guide here. This is just going to make it really fast. I have 2 inks. My lightest is Fresh Pear. And we're going to use a blending brush. And I'm going to go over my background. Kind of want this kind of on the lighter side. After we have our light ink down, I'm going to bring in my darker ink, which is Evergreen. And you know, I have my blending brush out, but I think I'm going to bring in a smaller blending brush. I'm going to bring in my Spellbinders blending brushes. I'm going to just add some highlighting in darker areas. I like the two-tone that this gives. I'm going to take my towel. I'm going to wipe off my stencil. And we'll lift this up. And then I'm going to add my second layer here. And I should, if you have it right side up, I'm not sure if these are indexed or not. Now these aren't indexed, so I just want to make sure. Okay, so it goes this way, and then I can add this to the little guide that I created. Just tack it down. Now, rather than using green, I want to bring in some browns to my card. I'm going to add pine cones to my card today, so I thought brown would go really good. Let's bring in our blending brush. And then I'll wipe off my stencil carefully here. Okay, let's lift up the stencil. Beautiful. I love how woodsy that looks. Just gorgeous. Now, I'm not gonna, there is a berry stencil. I'm not going to use it. I don't want to, I like the woodsy look of this. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. I do have a little bit of smearing here, so I'm going to redo my card. Okay, we can save this for another card. Maybe just trim this off. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in our bow. There's two pieces to our bow. I'm going to line up my bow next. And if you do that, you want to make sure you have a texture paste that will cover your printed area. If you don't, that's where your mask will come in handy. When you stencil your greenery, add your mask. Okay, we're gonna bring in, this is lunar paste, and it is, if I can find it. But I will find it and I will list it below. I'm going to go ahead and scoop some out and put it on my stencil. I'll scoop some out here. Okay. And then I'm going to use my little palette and I'm going to smear this. I've been love using, if you guys haven't tried using one of these, I suggest, I'll link it down below, but it makes stenciling a breeze, and you don't have any, and you really don't have excess waste. You can see it, how it's wiping away from the stencil. It's all still on here. Okay, I'm just going to put this back in here. And I'm going to lift up my stencil. Beautiful. I'm going to take this to my sink and I'm going to let this, I'm just going to put the whole thing off to the side and I'm going to let it dry. And I will be right back. While my lunar paste is drying, what we're going to do is do a little bit of die cutting, and then I'm going to do some ink blending. I'm just going to use my scraps here, and then I'm also going to stamp my greeting. I'm looking at the greeting that says joy, and then this circle die here. This die set here is from Spellbinders. It's the assorted tags, and I will shorten the video a little bit, but I'm going to speed this section up and I will play some funky music and I will see you back when I'm all done. I pressed down on it. It wasn't quite dry. You can see I kind of messed up my lunar paste, but I'm going to continue and roll with it because I'm actually going to cover that up. Now I have my greeting. I'm going to thread my tag with Spellbinders black hemp cord. I thought we would go black, kind of keeping it with the real organic look. I just threaded it through and then I will tie a bow. I'm actually going to remove the release paper here, tack it to my craft mat and tie a bow with it. Okay, we're going to do a little arranging. You'll notice on the back of my pine cones I put a small foam square and I put a large one. And I did that because we're going to kind of crisscross these two. Like so, right in the middle. Now we're going to add some gems, and I did want to share with you, Spellbinders has some brand new gems over at the shop. I'll tell you the names of the colors because they're just beautiful. Today we're going to be using Smoky Topaz, but we have Graphite, Peridot, Denim, Emerald, Peach Blush, Capri, Orchid, and Berry. I love Spellbinders Color Essential Gems because they're very easy to remove and embellish. Flower centers. Now this is an afterthought completely, but I'm going to bring in some scratch paper, and then I have some chunky white glitter. This one I picked up at Walmart. I like it because it creates like an icy look, and what I'm going to do is add a little bit of my Spellbinders glazing glue over, oh, that's not a little, that's a lot. Okay, now I'm just going to add some glazing glue over the edges of my holly. Now ideally, of course, and over my pine cone. Maybe a little over my white sprig here, and just little bits and pieces, maybe. Okay, and then I love the icy look on my Christmas cards. I'm going to go ahead and take my white glitter, and I'm ideally you want to make sure that your lunar paste is completely dry. Now I'm finishing my card with it being semi-dry, but we got this. I think I'm going to add it to the bottom of my greeting too, maybe to one side. Okay. I love doing this on my Christmas cards. I know it gets messy, and I'm going to have my vacuum on standby. But I think the outcome is stunning. Watch. Now, do some tapping. I'm just going to funnel this back in my glitter. So that's my card project for today. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. I would love to hear down below what your favorite color combination is. I'm always searching for new color combinations, and I would love to hear your favorite colors. Tell me 3 of your favorite colors that you would like me to make with the Christmas card theme for Christmas in July. I would appreciate it, and I thank you very much for joining me. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Sorry about the artificial lighting. We have some shadows here. It's actually raining today, and I have to use some artificial lights because the clouds are covering the sky, but I think it worked out okay. Thanks for joining me. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.